our old friend Tim Carpenter, Progressive Democrats of America. I'm always saying, tag, you're it, get out there, get active. Tim is the guy. He is the role model. PD America, Progressive Democrats of America, pdamerica.org. Hey, Tim, welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Great to have you here in the studio. So, what's up? You just had a Progressive Roundtable, or you're just about to?
I think we found the only door that was open to the Rayburn Building. We gathered our Progressive...
the Rayburn Building is one of
our three House buildings. Right. This will be on the midterm. Mm-hmm. We gathered today from 1 to 3 with our Progressive Roundtable, similar to what we did last month. Numbers are growing, more and more folks being involved. Congressman Mark Pocan out of Madison, Wisconsin, was our lead kickoff, and then Jim McGovern. And I have to admit a little hometown favoritism. My Congressman, Jim McGovern from Massachusetts, were with us for a good 3 hours of discussion. So despite all the dysfunction and all the craziness, the progressive movement is moving. We had a live webcast as well as meeting in person with a number of organizations. It was a great session.
That is absolutely marvelous. And people can read all about it, learn all about it over at pdamerica.org.
It's all there, pdamerica.org. All the live stream feeds there. We talked specifically, broke it down on the issues, single-payer health care. Well, if people are having a hard time right now trying to sabotage the president's efforts for the Affordable Care Act, we know that when it's all done and said, 27 million Americans will not have health insurance or any health coverage. Health care is a human right, so we talked about that. Get back on track on single payer. It's there. Jim McGovern talked about it. Still celebrating in Syria. Here we are a month since we were here last time. We're continuing to see diplomacy at work. Want to keep pushing on that. So talking about a very good, broad-based issues today that are making an impact.
What? Let's just go through some of those. Like what is the state of these things? Healthcare, for example. I mean, it seems like Obamacare is a good first step, and I think the most important good first step part about it is that in 2016, individual states can opt out of it and create their own single-payer healthcare systems. And Vermont has already done that and will be doing that on January 1st, 2016.
They're well on their way. We have to make sure we reelect their governor so they continue to do that.
Yes.
What we need to do at the federal level, what today was about, was to remind people while we're in paralysis and while we are clear, we're not naive enough to know that we won't pass single payer this session with Congressman John Conyers' H.R. 676. What we do know, though, is we can grow this movement. There are millions of Americans that are ready for single payer, understand what it is, and are ready for it. So we need to build the movement. That took place this past weekend. Healthcare Now had their national convention. 180 activists from around the country came together to talk about keeping the flame burning here in Washington. But as you said, to empower the states. Tommy Douglas, who brought single payer to Canada eventually through Saskatchewan, it was done at the region. It was done by region. Same strategy here. So we need state legislation that will allow us to take federal dollars so that we can create our own single payer program. Vermont is leading the charge in that effort.
Yeah, it's sort of a progressive version of the ALEC strategy. Yeah. Do it at the state level.
And there's a role for everybody. As frustrating as it is right now, this coming Wednesday, we're going to physically go to members of Congress's office and deliver a letter and say, it's time to keep your eye on the prize. Every American deserves health care. We have it as a human right. So we're going to deliver that letter. Not just
health insurance, but health care.
Health care. Health care as a human right. We're not talking about insurance. We're talking about health care as a human right. Get the pharmaceutical industry out of it. Get the profit motive out of it. And allow those people that so desperately need that health care to get it. So go to your member of Congress. Ask them to co-sponsor. We have a bill, H.R. 676, Congressman John Conyers. Over 50 members of Congress have co-sponsored. We need to double those numbers. Not everybody can take their lunch hour, we understand, but everybody can pick up the phone. Imagine, Tom, if your listeners, everybody that's active within the larger progressive movement, picked up their phone on Wednesday and told their member of Congress, let's get on with the work of single payer. So that's something very concretely this coming Wednesday people can be a part of. The letter drop, visit pdamerica.org. We'll get you all suited up, ready to go, or pick up the phone and call your member of Congress.
Yeah, important stuff to do. Very important stuff to do. We're talking with Tim Carpenter. He is the executive director and co-founder, actually, aren't you?
Of many, yes, co-founder.
Yes. of Progressive Democrats of America, pdamerica.org. And I'm on the advisory board, so I...
Full disclosure.
Yeah, I don't have any power. I don't get any money.
We're proud of it. You get buttons and bumper stickers.
Yeah, I do. It's funny in the conservative. It's like these guys get the conservatives they get paid by these groups to even go on radio and TV.
Yeah, your first class tickets are not waiting for your trip out on PDA. I'm afraid.
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately. So the progressive movement in general, though, Tim, we're seeing this real resurgence is the wrong word, eruption of hardcore right-wing stuff coming out right now from, with the shutdown of Congress and a lot of these politicians clearly believe that the billionaire message is the message, is really going to play. And the average person message, screw that. What is the status of the progressive movement?
Well, 2014 is going to be a very interesting election cycle. We think as progressive Democrats under the radar, we see the numbers growing of activity within Progressive Democrats of America. The letter drop campaign I spoke of, on a good month, 40, 50 people delivering letters. Now, Connor, who organizes our letter drops, talks about numbers of 220, 240. People are engaged in the progressive movement. People are ready here in our side of the aisle to get to work. We're engaged, ready to move. In Massachusetts, we have a special election coming up. We had unprecedented numbers of folks that wanted to be a part of that campaign. We're growing. I think the pendulum is beginning to swing. Arthur Schlesinger used to always talk in historical cycles when the pendulum would start to swing. I think we're seeing hopefully the last gasp of the very ugly movement right now in this country. When you think about what's happening in the shutdown of the government, Jim McGovern was just with us and talked in real terms when you talk about people that aren't getting food stamps, people that aren't able on a Head Start program, people that are not able to get to the work on time, whether it be through their disability programs. People are hurting. And as a result of that, people are responding. And what we're most excited about within PDA, it can go one of two ways. People can wash their hands and walk away from it, or they can become engaged. And we're finding in Progressive Democrats of America, whether it be PDA or Move On or whatever group it is, people are involved. When I was with you last month, you remember we talked about this. Our government was poised. The missiles were ready to go. Damascus was ready to get hit by Tomahawk missiles at a cost of $1.3 million. And it was a broad-based movement of not just the anti-war movement, but rank and file, middle-class Americans that have simply had enough and responded, and we stopped this administration. And we've continued down that path of diplomacy right now, and I'm confident that we'll continue in that. I'm ever the optimist. The glass is always half full. I see people that are responding rather than turning away. That's what empowers me and engages me to want to continue.
Yeah. And in the minute we have left, what can people do? What are, for somebody who's watching or listening right now and thinking, boy, this political process is just crazy. I'm not sure I even trust any of the political parties anymore. I don't know what to do. How what do they do?
Well, the first thing is simply to realize you're not alone. When you look at whether you look at left, right, within our scope right now, within the progressive community, people in Alabama and people in Georgia that want to move towards single payer feel isolated. And that's where some of our biggest growth is going on in PDA, in the red states. People are beginning to understand they're not alone. So the first thing is just simply to know you're not alone. Don't give in to that apathy or that hopelessness, to know that you can be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. That's what we offer within Progressive Democrats of America. We're a virtual community of 70,000 activists across the country that are working in our community. So the first thing is go to the website. We can't say it enough.
PDAmerica.org.
Yeah. Get signed up. And then whatever that issue might be for you, single payer, ending the occupation of Afghanistan. We're still sitting here. More troops in Afghanistan, more money.
You have a global climate change working group too?
Yes, absolutely. And we just got done talking about fracking and the carbon tax, how we're going to get out from under that. So visit the website, get on the virtual community, be a part of it.
There you go. Tim Carpenter, the Executive Director of Progressive Democrats of America, PDAmerica.org.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tim. It's always a pleasure and honor to have you with us. We'll be right back.